Hello, welcome to today. I hope this finds you well and alive and well. So the practice that we will be engaging in today is one of feeling alive. This is the fourth part of a series exploring what happens to a human being when we experience a distressing situation, either imagined or real. Either way, the mind and the body have a reaction. And so we've been exploring that. And the fourth reaction that the human body and mind experience is a desire to numb itself. And we do this out of protection. All of these reactions that we have, these automatic reactions that happen in our body and mind, are for our own protection. So acknowledging that, beginning to explore how, in a kind and loving way, beginning to explore how you may be numbing yourself if you are experiencing a challenging situation. And again, I would say that it would be rare if anyone across the world right now did not have some sort of disruption happening. It's how we choose to manage that. So allowing yourself to just, again, with kindness, explore how you may be numbing yourself in order to protect yourself. So some of the ways may be through alcohol or drugs, the television, phones, scrolling, social media. So just noticing that with kindness and playing and exploring with what we will play and explore today, becoming aware of your body in this present moment and beginning to focus the attention in a specific area. Be noticing that you are alive, facing what we need to face, rather than moving into the automatic protection mode that we do. I'm just beginning to explore how we numb. I'm just taking a moment, maybe softening the eyes or closing them completely. And with kindness and a gentle tone, just exploring for yourself how you may be doing this right now. Numbing. When we numb, as I said, it is a form of protection. It's flight mode. We're avoiding something, avoiding ourselves, avoiding the present moment, whether we realize it or not. And can we begin to call attention to what it is we're trying to avoid? And can we allow ourselves to be brave enough to explore? So allowing yourself to find a comfortable seated position if you haven't already. Taking a moment with a tone of kindness, exploring how you may be avoiding you and numbing. And continuing with a tone of kindness, can you offer a wish for yourself in this moment? Maybe the word wish doesn't feel quite accurate. Maybe it does. Could you set a wish or an intention for yourself? Allowing yourself to be brave enough to notice you. Allow yourself to be brave enough to notice what you're afraid of and why that automatic response of numbing is happening. Can you be brave enough to explore that? You're already experiencing it anyway. The suffering is already there. But when we begin to become brave enough to be honest with ourselves, to be present with ourselves, behaviors can shift. We can heal. So what wish or intention would you like to set for yourself in this practice of becoming increasingly more in tune with yourself? How would you like to treat yourself? And holding that intention in mind, gently dropping the chin to the chest, creating a gentle stretch in the neck. Allowing yourself to begin to notice your breath here. Can you notice it without judgment, but continuing the tone of kindness? Noticing the breath. Allowing yourself to see this yoga practice as a practice of the mind as well as the body. Can you begin to connect them by noticing the breath and then noticing each time the mind attempts to take you away or successfully does lead you away? And can you gently, with a tone of kindness, come back to the breath each time? Just noticing that the mind has traveled away and with kindness, gently bringing the focus back to the breath. Allowing that to be your single focus. Noticing that this is the turning inward with softness that can allow you to fully connect with yourself, but it's actually a lot easier mentally. There's no need to think. Just notice when the mind wanders and bring it back to the focus of breath. Beginning to link the body movement with breath on the next inhale, lifting the chin towards the sky. Exhaling chin to chest. Continuing that movement in your own pace with your own breath. Noticing when the mind carries you and gently bringing it back to the breath. Allowing the head to come back to a neutral position. Just keeping the focus on breath. Feeling the inhale, expanding the body. Filling the lungs and the belly. Exhaling, feeling the deflate of the body. Just noticing that. Can you notice in this moment that you are alive? Noticing aliveness in the body by focusing on breath. When that part of our brain is activated, the part that throws us into fight, flight, or freeze mode automatically, the part that wants us to numb, is in charge of the impulse. It's telling us we're dying. Can you notice in this moment that you are alive? Can you feel through the focus of breath, life? This is the practice. Noticing your own aliveness. Noticing when the thoughts carry you away. And with kindness, gently bringing them back to the breath. Gently dropping the right ear to the right shoulder. Allowing the left shoulder to drop low. Feeling the stretch in the left side of the neck. On your inhale, lifting the head. And on the exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale, lifts. And exhale, right ear to right shoulder. And in your own breath, with your own rhythm of life, allowing the neck to move back and forth, feeling your own rhythm, beginning to feel aliveness in the body. And then allowing the neck to create any movement that feels right in this moment for you. Noticing what you need. Allowing the focus to continue with the breath, linking the breath with the body. Each time the mind tries to pull you away, can you bring it back to the breath and the sensations occurring in the body? Allowing that to be the practice today. And if it feels all right for you and comfortable with your body, allowing yourself to come to the end of your mat sitting on your heels. And if this pose does not work for you, finding one that does. And just allowing yourself to play with making movements for your own body. And if it works, gently coming up and resting on the toes. Hands can stay on the mat, or they could lift up. If you're in this pose, allowing yourself to lift up through the hips, using the strength of the leg rather than collapsing on your feet. And can you take a few breaths here, beginning to notice sensations in the body, may not be pleasant sensations. Can you allow yourself to feel them? Staying with the body and the breath, allowing the hands to meet the mat, coming forward and gently patting out the feet. Moving them in any way that works. And then coming into a tabletop position with wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Noticing how this feels for you today. Gaze is towards the floor, feeling the spine long, including the neck. Can you lift the fingers and plant them back down, spreading the fingers wide, pushing, curling the fingertips towards the mat? Can you feel the space in between the fingers? Are you connected with your breath? Noticing if the mind has wandered with this slow practice, gently encouraging it to come back. Noticing the sensations in the fingertips. Noticing if you can feel the space in between the fingers. And curling the toes, bringing the hands a little bit more forward, stretching here if it feels good, and then lifting the hips high, coming into downward facing dog. Allowing stillness here. Noticing the breath. Can you take 3 deep breaths here, noticing how this feels? Can you stay with it? Can you go internally, exploring yourself? Bending the knees, looking forward at the hands, and walking to the top of the mat, hanging in a forward fold that works for your body. Can you feel your breath? Were you noticing it, or had your mind wandered? And with kindness, can you gently return it to the breath and the sensations in the body? Allowing yourself to be present, noticing your aliveness, rather than allowing the mind to take you out of this experience. Can you notice the sensations occurring in your body? And if they're unpleasant, can you stay with it? Can you be brave enough to face it with kindness and your breath? Bending the knees and slowly rolling up. Coming to mountain pose, rolling the shoulders up and back. Feeling your feet planted strongly and securely. Tightening all the muscles in the legs. Curling the tailbone under. Lifting through the chest. Shoulders down, away from the ears. Lifting through the top of the head. Can you notice the sensations occurring in your body right now? Can you feel your own aliveness? Noticing where the thoughts are in this moment. If they wander, gently encouraging them back to the breath and the sensations in the body. And on your next inhale, lifting the arms high. Palms meet Exhaling, bringing the palms down through your midline. Pausing in front of your chest. Noticing where your thoughts are. Gently bringing them back to the body, back to the breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, palms meet, allowing them to come down through center as you fold into a forward fold. Allowing the hands to be wherever is comfortable for you, on the legs, on the mat, and noticing you. Noticing your breath and your aliveness. Bending the knees a lot, allowing your chest to rest. Do you feel your heart? Inhaling, lifting the arms forward, knees stay bent, sitting back into chair pose, allowing your gaze to be forward, shoulders away from the ears, making sure you can see your toes. Breathing here, tightening the arms, dropping the shoulders, lifting the head. Is this causing discomfort? And can you allow yourself to stay in it a little bit longer? If it's pain, making adjustments, staying with discomfort, staying with challenge, noticing the body has a stronger capacity than the mind to move through situations. The mind is the thing that limits. Noticing that. Inhaling, lifting the arms. Exhaling, chair. Engaging the core, belly button to spine, dropping the shoulders. Feeling your breath. Noticing any changes. Allowing your focus to be strong on your breath, on your experience. Notice if the mind wants to try to take you away. And can you recenter it on the body, on the breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, chair. Readjusting. Feeling your strength. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, palms meet, forward fold. Feeling the feet on the mat. Feeling your breath. Noticing where your thoughts are. Engaging curiosity. Did you notice where your thoughts are? And bring them back to the breath and the body? Or did you notice you stayed with the thoughts, allowing them to take you further away, to numb you from this present moment? Can you gently return? Feeling the breath.
noticing the sensations occurring in the body. Bending the knees a lot, resting the chest, inhaling the arms lift, chair. Engaged core, belly button to spine, shoulders away from the ears. Noticing your breath, staying focused in your alive body, feeling the aliveness. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, chair. Noticing if you're being passive in this pose or active. Can you allow yourself to stay a little bit longer to feel the sensations occurring in the body? Even if you don't like them, can you stay with them? Inhale, lifts. Exhale, chair. Last one. Staying with it. Noticing the thoughts taking you away. And can you come back to the body and your breath? Inhale, lifts. Palms meet. Coming through midline. Forward fold. Allowing the head to be heavy and the neck to be long. Feeling the feet making contact with the floor. And allowing the upper body to waterfall over the lower. Breathing here. Bending the knees, planting the hands, and bringing the right leg back into a high lunge. Allowing yourself to use blocks or any supports that you need here. And allowing yourself to drop the knee if that works better for your body. Pushing through the heel. Breathing here, noticing the sensations of the body. Noticing the sensation of breath. Noticing when thoughts attempt to carry you away and allowing them to return to the body, to your breath. Dropping the knee if you already haven't, flattening the foot, inhaling, arms lift. Exhaling, hands to mat. Curling the toes, lifting up, bringing the left leg back to meet, high plank, or knees to the mat, low plank. Inhaling, lifting the hips, downward facing dog. Taking 3 breaths here. Bending the knees, looking forward at the hands, walking to the top of the mat, hanging in forward fold. Focus on the breath. Feel your aliveness. Bending the knees. Rolling up. Inhale, lifts the arms. Exhale, palms meet, bringing them through your midline down to a forward fold. Bending the knees as much as it takes. Hands meet the mat, bringing the left foot back, high lunge. Dropping the knee, if that works better, into low lunge. Noticing the sensations occurring in the body and allowing yourself to stay present with whatever is showing up. Dropping the knee to the mat if you already haven't, flattening the foot, inhaling, lifting the arms. Inhaling, exhaling, arms, hands meet the mat, curling the toes, lifting the knee, pushing forward, forward fold. Breathing here, staying with the breath, feeling the aliveness in the body. And notice the mind will often say, oh, I'm done, which is the opposite of aliveness. Can you feel the aliveness? Can you feed upon that? Bending the knees at least slightly, rolling up. Inhale, lifts the arms. Exhale, arms come to a T, hinging at the hips and swan diving forward. Slowly feeling all the muscles, allowing the hands to meet the mat, bringing the right leg back, left leg to meet. High plank or dropping the knees to the mat for low plank. Inhale, lifting the hips, downward facing dog. Staying with the breath. Bending the knees, looking forward at the hands and bringing the right foot up. Dropping the back knee if that works best for you. Breathing into the left leg. Allowing the hands to meet the mat, bringing that right leg back to meet the left. High plank or low plank. Inhale, lifting the hips, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Allowing the mind to return to the breath each time. Bending the knees and bringing the left foot forward. High plank or high lunge or low lunge. Noticing any sensations. Allowing them and staying with them. Noticing that shaking is aliveness. Feel it. And then bringing the left foot back to meet the right, high plank or low plank. Engaging the core, pushing through the heels, strong arms. Bending the elbows, slowly lowering down, forehead meets the mat, feet flat. Inhaling, lifting the head. Exhaling, forehead to mat. Inhaling, curling the toes, downward facing dog. Feeling strong in all 4 points here. Shifting the weight to the left foot, bringing the right leg high. And then bending the knee, bringing the leg over the mat, hovering before gently lowering, dropping the left toes, bringing a blanket or support under your right hip. Noticing how this pose feels. And if you would like to take it lower, gently bringing yourself down to whatever level works for you. And allowing yourself to notice this moment. Noticing the breath and the sensations in the body. And each time the mind attempts to take you away, gently come back to the sensations, including breath. Allowing the hands to meet the mat, curling the back toes, lifting up, hovering the leg before lifting the right leg high and meeting the left on the mat, downward facing dog. Coming forward into plank, strong arms, shoulders away from the ears, bending the elbows, slowly lowering down, forehead meets the mat, feet flatten, inhale, lifting the head. Exhale, forehead to mat, curling the toes, lifting up, downward facing dog. Feeling all four corners of the body strong, shifting the weight to the right foot, lifting the left leg high, and then bending the knee, hovering over the mat, gently lowering it down, supporting under the left hip if you would like, making any adjustments. And this is perfect. You could stay here, noticing your sensations, including breath, or you're welcome to lower. Allowing yourself again to notice when the thoughts carry you, and with kindness, gently bringing them back to the sensations that are occurring in the body, especially if they're unpleasant. Making any adjustments for change, noticing the thoughts, allowing yourself to be brave and face what is going on in the body and with the breath. Noticing where your thoughts are. Gently coming back to the breath. Sensations in the body. Notice it. And placing the palms on the mat if they're not already there. Curling the back toes. Lifting up, hovering. Lifting the left leg towards the sky and then meeting the right on the mat. Downward facing dog. Allowing the knees to come wide, feet flattened, pushing back, wide-legged child's pose. Can you allow the body to soften here? Can you stay noticing the body and the breath? Gently walking the hands up and shifting into any final resting pose that works for your body today. Allowing anything new, playing around, maybe using a prop, noticing what your body may be telling you, and can you allow yourself to listen to the body rather than the mind? Noticing that can be a bizarre concept, and just continuing to practice and play with the idea of noticing the difference between what the body is saying and what the mind is saying. Allowing your focus to be on the body, the sensations, the breath. Reminding yourself that the mind will often tell you it's over. I can't do this anymore. Life's over. Think of all the words that we use to describe that state. And then notice that actually is not true. We are here. We are now. We are breathing. Our body has sensations. The voice of the body is very different from the voice of the mind. The mind's voice is very loud and tries to distract us. It's a natural, automatic process. Can we just play and practice with noticing that and gently bring the focus back to breath, back to the sensations in the body. And allowing the next moments of class, minutes, allowing the silence to notice what is happening for you.
And notice when you're being taken away by the voice of the mind, and gently, with kindness, just bringing it back to the breath, noticing the mind will quickly sweep it away again or attempt to, and again just bringing it back. And allowing yourself to stay in this practice. Stay here. Notice. Play with it. Noticing when the mind wanders, gently bringing it back to the sensations in the body, including breath. Can you notice the details of the breath? Can you notice how it feels as it enters your nostrils or your mouth? Can you follow that breath all the way through the body until the exhale begins? And can you follow the breath back out, noticing how it feels as it leaves the body? Play with that. Noticing the sensations in the body, noticing your aliveness. Can you feel that? Gently beginning to create movement. It feels right for your body. Stretching, feeling the aliveness in your body as you stretch and move. And in any way that works for you, slowly coming up to a comfortable seated position. Allowing your gaze to be soft or your eyes to be closed. Taking a moment to notice how you feel right now. Notice if you paid attention to what the mind was saying or what the body was saying. And can you gently ask again? Maybe right now they have the same answer. Notice that. Inhaling, lifting the arms, taking anything that was useful or helpful to you. Exhaling, allowing the arms to meet the mat, feeling the fingertips touch, lifting through the top of the head. Allowing your eyes to open, returning to the room that you're in. And gently dropping the chin to the chest, remembering that wish or intention for yourself. Noticing the breath, allowing it to be a focal point throughout your day, week, and onward. And gently bringing the head back to a neutral position. Thank you for joining me, and enjoy the day. Wow.